The ocean keeps its secrets well. Beneath the waves, forgotten histories lie dormant. We walk our modern world, so sure of our past. But what if those narratives are wrong? What if our understanding is merely a thin veneer? Such a discovery has now been made. It happened quietly, off the coast of India. The year was late 2024. A marine survey vessel, the Sagar Manthan, charted the seabed. Its mission was routine, mapping the ocean floor for resource assessment. No one expected to find a lost world. The sonar began to paint an unusual picture. Straight lines, right angles, geometric patterns that nature rarely creates. These were the unmistakable hallmarks of human design. A vast complex, slumbering under the silt and the sea. A city that should not exist. The initial reports were met with disbelief. Divers were sent down. Their cameras pierced the murky depths. Immense stone structures rose from the ocean floor. Walls, streets, buildings, all clearly artificial, all impossibly ancient. This was a city, a sophisticated planned settlement, a testament to a chapter of humanity's story we never knew was written. The implications were staggering. The scale was immense. It stretched for miles beneath the waves, a metropolis from a forgotten age. The questions began to surface immediately. Who built this city? When did they build it? And how did they achieve such feats? The divers descended into an alien world, a world of shadows and silence, yet it was a world made by human hands. They called the site Varunastra, after the ancient god of the waters. The first images sent back were breathtaking. Massive stone blocks, perfectly fitted. Some weighed many tons. How were they quarried? How were they moved? The layout was astonishing. Broad avenues clearly demarcated, intersecting streets forming a grid-like pattern. This spoke of sophisticated urban planning. Buildings, some remarkably intact, lined these thoroughfares. Their purpose could only be guessed at. Homes, temples, public gathering places. The sheer scale suggested a significant population. Further exploration revealed more wonders. What appeared to be a large central plaza, perhaps a marketplace or a ceremonial center. Around it, more complex structures, some with multiple levels. The craftsmanship was evident everywhere. Even after millennia submerged, the skill of its builders shone through. Varunastra was not just a collection of stones. It was an echo of a powerful lost voice from the deep past. The more the divers explored Varunastra, the deeper the mystery became. This was no ordinary ancient settlement. The features uncovered pointed to a level of sophistication that was startling. Consider the drainage systems, intricate channels carved into the stone, seemingly designed to manage water flow. But why would a city, now submerged, need such complex drainage on this scale? Unless, of course, it was built when the sea level was much lower, built on dry land. Then there were the structures themselves. Some buildings displayed unusual architectural elements, large, open-span rooms suggesting advanced roofing techniques. How did they support such structures? What truly baffled the preliminary researchers was the geometric precision. The entire city seemed laid out according to a deliberate plan. Alignments with cardinal directions, specific ratios in building dimensions. This was mathematics and geometry encoded in stone. Such knowledge is supposed to be a later development in the human story, yet here it was, displayed on a grand scale, in a city that appeared to be impossibly old. The crucial question, of course, was age. When was Varunastra built? When did its people walk these now silent streets? Initial estimates were cautious, but as samples were brought to the surface, the picture became clearer. Organic materials trapped within the collapsed structures were subjected to radiocarbon dating, wooden beams remarkably preserved, fragments of woven material. These provided the first clues. The dates that came back were astounding. They pointed to an era far, far older than anyone dared to imagine. The carbon dating results clustered around 14,000 to 15,000 years before the present. This was the period just before the end of the last ice age. If these dates were correct, then Varanastra was thriving long before the recognized cradles of civilization. It predated them by nearly 10,000 years. An entire epoch of human history was missing. The implications are almost too vast to grasp. Standard historical models tell us that complex societies emerged only after the advent of agriculture. Section 5. The Shroud of Silence. Questions unanswered by authority. One would expect a discovery of this magnitude to be headline news. Yet the reality surrounding Varunastra has been disturbingly different. After the initial quiet leaks, a strange silence descended. Official statements have been few and far between, vague and non-committal. There has been no grand announcement, no international collaboration invited. Instead, a curtain of secrecy seems to have been drawn around the site. Why this reluctance? Why this apparent suppression of information? The site is, after all, in Indian territorial waters. One might expect national pride to drive full disclosure, but the opposite seems to be happening. Access to the site has become restricted. Independent researchers have found it difficult, if not impossible, to gain permits. The flow of data has slowed to a trickle. This is not the behavior one expects when a world-altering discovery is made. Section 6. Whispers of the Ancients. Theories emerge from the depths. In the vacuum of official information, theories inevitably begin to bloom. Human curiosity cannot be so easily suppressed. Varunastra, with its impossible age and advanced features, is fertile ground for speculation. Local legends along the Indian coastline speak of ancient cities lost to the sea, tales of powerful kingdoms and god-kings who angered the oceans. For centuries, these were dismissed as mere folklore, myth and fable. But now these ancient whispers take on a new resonance. Could they be distorted memories of real events, of real places like Varunastra? The most famous lost city, of course, is Atlantis, described by Plato as a mighty naval power that existed beyond the Pillars of Hercules, a civilization that was destroyed in a single day and night of misfortune. For generations, Atlantis has been the archetype of the lost golden age. Section 7. The Global Puzzle. Varunastra, a piece rediscovered. Varunastra is not an isolated enigma. It is a vital piece in a much larger global puzzle. A puzzle that many mainstream historians prefer to ignore. Across the world, there are sites and artifacts that defy conventional explanation. Massive megalithic constructions, precision engineering in stone, ancient maps showing coastlines as they appeared during the Ice Age. These anomalies are scattered across continents, separated by vast oceans, yet they share uncanny similarities that suggest a common forgotten source. Consider Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, dated to around 11,600 years ago. It features sophisticated carved pillars and complex ritual architecture, built by people who were supposedly simple hunter-gatherers. Consider the underwater structures near Bimini, the so-called Bimini Road, or the mysterious ruins found off the coast of Cuba. Each discovery, on its own, can be dismissed or explained away. Section 8. The Abyss Stares Back. A future of revelation. The discovery of Varunastra is more than just an archaeological find. It is a profound challenge to our understanding of ourselves. It forces us to confront the possibility that our history is far deeper, richer, and more mysterious than we ever believed. The implications ripple outwards, touching not just academia, but our very sense of place in the timeline of humanity. If civilizations like the one that built Varunastra could rise to such heights and then vanish so completely, what does that say about our own? Are we immune to such fates? The silence from official channels cannot last forever. The truth has a way of surfacing, much like Varunastra itself. The pressure from independent researchers and from an increasingly curious public will surely grow. The demand for open investigation, for full disclosure, will become irresistible. We need to explore Varanastra with every tool at our disposal. We need to learn its secrets, not to exploit them, but to understand them. To understand who these people were, how they lived, and what legacy they have left for us. This discovery should inspire a new era of exploration, not just of the oceans, but of our own past. How many other Varunastras lie waiting to be found? The Earth still holds many secrets.